Hello, so I'll be reading the next chapter in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And this is chapter 10, The Lobsters Quadrille. And here's a picture to start us off with. The Mock Turtle sighed deeply and drew the back of one flapper across his eyes. He looked at Alice and tried to speak, but for a minute or two sobs choked his voice. Same as if he had a bone in his throat, said the Griffin, and he started shaking him and punching him in the back. At last the Mock Turtle got back his voice, and with tears running down his cheek, he went on. You may not have lived much under the sea. I haven't, said Alice. Then you were never even introduced to a lobster. No, never. So you can have no idea what a delightful thing a lobster quadrille is. No, indeed, said Alice. What sort of square dance is it? Well, said the Griffin, you first form a line along the seashore. 2 lines, cried the Mock Turtle. Seals, turtles, salmon, and so on. Then when you've cleared all the jellyfish out of the way, that generally takes some time, interrupted the Griffin. You step forward twice, each with a lobster as a partner, cried the Griffin. Of course, the Mock Turtle said. Step forward twice with your partners, change lobsters, and go backward the same way, continued the Griffin. Then you know, the Mock Turtle went on, you throw the lobster, shouted the Griffin, jumping into the air, as far out to the sea as you can. Swim after them, screamed the Griffin. Turn a somersault in the sea, cried the Mock Turtle, jumping wildly about. And here's a picture of what they're describing. Change lobsters again, yelled the Griffin at the top of its voice. Swim back to land again, and that's all, said the Mock Turtle, suddenly dropping its voice. The 2 creatures who had been jumping around like mad sat down again, very sadly and quietly looked at Alice. It must be a very pretty dance, said Alice timidly. Would you like to see a little of it? Said the Mock Turtle. Yes, I would, said Alice. Come on, let's try the first part, said the Mock Turtle to Griffin. We can do without lobsters, you know. Which shall we sing? Oh, you sing, said the Griffin. I've forgotten the words. So they began solemnly dancing round and round Alice, every now and then stepping on her toes. And here's a picture of that. Oh. They waved their forepaws to mark the time while the Mock Turtle sang very slowly and sadly. Will you walk a little faster? Said a whiting to a snail. There's a porpoise close behind us, and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and all the turtles advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you? Won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you? Won't you join the dance? They sang and danced and sang, and all at once it was over. And here's a picture of that. Thank you. It's very interesting dance to watch, said Alice, feeling very glad that it was over at last. And I do so like that curious song. Curious indeed, said the Griffin, but it all makes perfect sense when one says the words aloud. And now, tell us some of your adventures. I could tell you my adventures beginning from this morning, said Alice a little timidly. But it's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Explain all that, said the Mock Turtle. No, the adventures first, said the Griffin impatiently. Explanations take too much time. So Alice began telling them about her adventures, beginning with when she first saw the White Rabbit. The 2 creatures sat very close to her, one on each side, and opened their eyes and mouths very wide. It made her quite nervous, but she felt better as she went on with her story. The Mock Turtle and the Griffin kept quiet until she finished. After she was done, the Mock Turtle drew in a long breath and said, "That's a very curious story." And here's the picture of when she finished her story. It's about as curious as it can be, said the Griffin. Shall we try another part of the lobster quadrille, or would you like the Mock Turtle to sing you a song? Oh, I would love to hear a song, Alice replied so eagerly that the Griffin said in a rather offended tone, well, that is your choice. Sing her turtle soup, will you, old fellow? The Mock Turtle sighed deeply and began in a voice sometimes choked with sobs to sing this. Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup for the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup, who cared for fish, game, or any other dish? Who would not give all or else for 2 pennies worth only of beautiful soup? Pennies worth only of beautiful soup. Beautiful soup, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup, beautiful soup. Sing the chorus again, cried the Gryphon, and the Mock Turtle had just begun to repeat it when a cry of the trial's beginning was heard off in the distance. And here's a picture of when the Mock Turtle was singing. Come on, cried the Gryphon, taking Alice by the hand. It hurried off without waiting for the end of the song. What trial is it? Alice panted as she ran, but the Gryphon only answered, come on, and ran all the faster. Behind them, they could hear the Mock Turtle still singing, soup of the evening, beautiful soup. And here's a picture of the Gryphon pulling Alice away. And that's the end of this chapter. So make sure you tell someone your favorite part of this chapter and your favorite character from this chapter. Thank you.